This is the iPhone 7. Hey, what's going on, guys? Just a quick comparison video. I feel like these phones are really similar. On the left, we have the iPhone 7, and on the right, we do have the Google Pixel 4a. Now, immediately when I unboxed the Google Pixel 4a not too long ago, about 2 days ago, I was it kind of reminded me of the iPhone 7 in a lot of ways. The back of it was the first thing that reminded me of. Now, on the Google Pixel 4a, we do have a plastic build, but on the the iPhone, we do have an aluminum frame and an aluminum back. So, the materials are a lot different, but they do feel the same. So you can see we do get the matte black material on the back. Obviously, there's no fingerprint sensor on the iPhone 7. We're getting, the Apple Touch right here, which is the security feature, the main security feature on the iPhone. And then on the Google Pixel 4a, we do have the fingerprint sensor right here, which is extremely fast as well. And they just remind me of each other in a lot of ways. The first way is that they're both one-handed devices. You can use them both with one hand, and they're really small, really nice form factor. They feel really good in the hand. They have a similar feel when I'm using them both in the hand. It gives me the same vibe when I'm using both of them. The only thing is that the Google Pixel 4a just feels a lot more futuristic with that all-screen display. But when I'm using either one of these things, they feel like the same, like they have a similar form factor is what I'm trying to say, but they both feel really good in my hand. Now you can see on the iPhone 7, you can see that interface on the left. You do get your reminders, your events, your alerts, Siri suggestions here, as well as news, screen on time, weather, everything like that, stock market tips. You get your apps here. You don't get the app tray, but you do get a really nice interface. Swipe down, you get your toggles, you get access to all your information here, Wi-Fi 5 gigahertz network as well. So there's just a lot of features on here. They do offer Wi-Fi hotspot, I believe, screen mirroring as well. So there's just a lot of features on the iPhone. On the Google 4a, you're getting a ton of features on here that's packed on here. NFC. You're getting a really nice processing chip. It's the Snapdragon 730G processing chip. On the Apple, you're getting the A10 Fusion chip. The Apple's actually a 4.7-inch 750 by 1334 pixels, whereas on the Google Pixel, we're getting 1080 by 2340. So that's the biggest difference when it comes to the screen. You're getting a better screen pretty much on the Google Pixel 4a because it's going to be, like the 1080 full HD. But I can't really notice the difference in, like when you look at the screens, you don't really notice that one's 1080 and one's 720. They actually both look really good, both look really clean and everything like that. One was released on 2016, September 16, so that's the iPhone 7, which is a lot older, but they still give it a lot of updates, so it's actually going to be running on the most current update. And I feel like this is the budget phone of 2020 for Apple, the iPhone 7, even though they do have the the iPhone SE. This one is a little bit less money, and I just feel like it has a budget processor compared to the iPhone SE 2020, which is the flagship processor. So this is actually the budget, phone because it has the budget processor. This is actually the budget Android phone because it's $350, one of the best Android devices that you can get for $350, and it has an 8nm processing chip, which basically means that you're going to be getting really smooth performance, 128 gigabytes of internal storage and 6 gigabytes of RAM, which is actually really fast on this device. On the iPhone, you're actually getting a really nice processing chip. It's giving you the Apple A10, but it's a 16nm processing chip, but it's still capable of playing games like Fortnite, Call of Duty, things like that. What's really cool about the iPhone 7 is that you get stereo speakers, you get a headphone jack, you get a nice processing chip from like Apple's A10 lineup, which is probably like really good still right now. It's really blazing fast. I didn't experience any hiccups with it. You're getting the Power VR 7X plus graphics GPU chip. It has 32 gigabytes of internal memory. I'm sorry, 32 gigabytes of ROM inside of it. Along with the 32 gigabytes of ROM, it also does have, you know, like a decent memory, 2 gigabytes of memory. But as you know, Apple devices actually are optimized better than Android, so you know you're gonna be able to get really good, adequate performance out of this thing as well. So the 32 gigabytes of RAM is actually adequate. You get a 2 gigabytes of RAM version, but you can actually get the version that has 128 gigabytes as well, or you can even get the version that has, you know, 256. So they give you actually 3 different options to choose from. So I got the lowest one, but if that was something that was like important to you, you can definitely get a lot of memory from the Apple devices. Now, the thing about this Apple device is that the iPhone 7 doesn't have expandable storage, so you don't have the option to expand the storage on this thing. You're pretty much stuck with the storage that you're getting right out of the box, and the iCloud as well. But there's no really real trade-offs with the Apple phones. They're really nice for iMessage, the iCloud as well, FaceTiming, updates as well is really good on these devices. This device is going to get iOS 14 as well. So it's just really nice when it comes to the whole experience of this device. It's really clean. You're going to be able to play all your games on here. They just got rid of Fortnite from the Apple store, so that kind of sucks, but you can still play like Call of Duty and PUBG as well. So those games still work perfectly fine. You are getting a single megapixel on the front, which is a 7 megapixel camera. Then on the back, you are getting a 12 megapixel on the back of it. So I actually think that's pretty cool as well. Now, it does record in 4K. It does perform pretty good for my liking. And I definitely think it does perform really good when it comes to overall performance as well. So you won't have any issues when it comes to this device in particular in 2020. So I definitely think this is a device that you would be happy with if you decided to pick it up in 2020. The iPhone 7 does also rock Gorilla Glass on the back of it, which is going to be pretty, well, actually on the front of it, which is going to be pretty decent. Not kind of sure what grade of Gorilla Glass that it does have on the front of it, but you're also going to be able to get dual speakers, which I do appreciate. The battery is actually a 1960 milliamp hour battery. It's a pretty decent battery. You get about a day of use out of it, but the Google Pixel 4a has that always on display fingerprint. It doesn't have facial recognition, but you can see it's really snappy, really quick. Very stock Android. It's going to get all the latest updates from Google. This is going to be the first device to get them, which is actually really nuts. It just has a really nice flow to it. You get a really nice matte black color on the back with fingerprint on the back as well for security as well. Like I said, you are getting that always on display on the Google Pixel 4a, which is going to be really nice. 128 gigabytes of internal storage, 6 gigabytes of RAM, which is really nice. 4K 30 frames, which is nice for the camera. It has dark mode on the front and back, which is like really cool. So I think that's honestly really cool. You're going to be able to get some of the best cameras pretty much in the market right now of 2020. You know, obviously Google has been known for their cameras for quite some time now, really stock Android as well, but this phone is just going to be really cool. It's going to just come in the just black color with 18 watts fast charging, a 3140 milliamp hour battery, reversible charging, the Type-C 3.1. The iPhone does have that lightning cable for charging, but you do get no headphone jack on the iPhone 7, but you do get the headphone jack on the Pixel 4a, which is kind of cool. It's at the top. So both of the cameras are going to be really good. You're going to be able to get 4K on both of them. Now, you're going to get 4K 30 on both of these devices, 1080 60 and 1080 30 as well. Gyro sensor is on board on the Google Pixel 4a with electronic image stabilization as well. We're gonna do some more camera comparisons. This device does come in just black, so that's the only color that you get. It does come in the price range of $349, whereas the iPhone 7 is going to be pretty much in the price range of about 200, maybe a little bit less, depending on what seller you can actually grab it from. But both of these devices are some of the top budget phones in 2020. Hopefully you guys did find this helpful. Now, when it comes to the Pixel 4a, this thing does have really nice wide, like cameras. You're gonna get that dedicated camera that it's gonna offer. It's gonna be the 8 megapixel single front-facing, camera. Then the 12.2 megapixel wide-angle 27 millimeter camera as well. The 7G processing chip, which is going to be really good for gaming and everything like that. So the G stands for gaming. It's really efficient when it comes to that. So I honestly think that's pretty cool. But overall, when I was using this thing outdoors, it did get bright enough for me. It was really nice for the price of $340. It's actually a really good device. I can't complain whatsoever. So honestly, really am loving this device in that price point. It really competes with a lot of the main flagship phones in today's market. So honestly, if you're looking to spend that price range of $350, honestly guys, this is a really good grab, especially in the Android market. So I definitely would recommend it if you're looking to get the latest and greatest processing chip, as well as Android phone, and get all your software updates as well. Dual speakers on this thing, Type-C charging as well. You're getting some of the best cameras that you'll be able to grab in this year as well. So I definitely think that's going to be pretty cool as well. So just some of the best performance that you're going to be able to get on this device. It's going to be really snappy, really good as well. So hopefully you guys did find this video helpful. But yeah, I just had to take care of him real quick. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be one of the best smartphones of 2020. The iPhone 7 is probably going to be one of the best smartphones for the Apple environment that you can grab for 2020 if you're in a budget as well. But this phone is definitely really snappy. It's been holding up really well, so I can't complain whatsoever. But like I said, these are two of the best budget devices that you get on the side of Android and Apple right now in 2020. Hopefully you guys did find this helpful. You can see that the size is very similar as well. The button placement is kind of similar. Right here you can see the power buttons right there. And then on this side, on the left side, there's nothing on the Google, but this side you're getting all your buttons, but they got a lot of buttons on this side. But it's just, these devices look really similar as far as form factor. They're both one-handed devices, just remind me of each other a lot, and I definitely think they're both really good picks. So I would recommend these two devices in 2020 if you're on a budget, but hopefully you guys did find this helpful. But in the meantime, have a great morning, afternoon, evening, and depending on where you are, later crew. Peace.